Hey everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters Than That podcast. I'm your host, Brian. And today we'll have some special guests and some more blokes out of the UK. We got Ian and we got Steve from the band, the Scorchers. How you boys doing today?
Good, doing all right.
Good, thank you. Yeah, cheers, Brian.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a scorcher today, as it goes, weather-wise. So, yeah,
Pun intended. So
We use that. We use that every summer. Every summer we use that.
yeah,
I'd say you have not been to Texas or somewhere in the southwest of the States, in which case I think you would say that is a scorcher. So,
yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
but I guess where you blokes
Yeah,
hailing
what
from?
we call a scorcher. Sorry, yeah, a bit of a delay. Yeah, both from Kent in England.
All right. But Steve, I guess what does the UK describe a scorcher as? Is it something that's very hot, like what you see in the kitchen with a fire and that sort of stuff?
I think it
tell you
never
what.
gets that hot. I don't think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ian.
Just doesn't get above 35, does it?
No.
Or even 34 is the highest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to make a correction because in the States, ours is Fahrenheit. So when you're saying 34, we're almost going to think you're saying Fahrenheit. We forgot about the Celsius, that sort of thing there too. So,
All right. So, yeah, 34 is Celsius, is it? Yeah.
yes. So you take something, multiply it by that, and then add 2 to it. And I think that's how you
That's
get the Fahrenheit
That's
or something. So
Something like that.
that's how you describe it to the Americans. So it makes life a little easier.
Oh,
So, but I guess, Ian, what's new with the group? I guess you guys got some new material in the works.
we're working on some stuff right now. Since the last album, I mean, between myself, Steve, and Mel, we've written some new songs. So we're in the pipeline of getting them ready to record to get another album out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I did check out pretty much 3 of your songs before hopping on here too. It was Memphis Rock, which was an instrumental. Then he had a Hold On Tight and Walk On By. So I was going to say,
Okay.
those are some interesting bunches right there. So
Yeah, definitely.
Steve just backed away. So let's get back in here. Hey, we got it back.
Hey, you're back.
Right, back again.
Yep. There, back again. There we go. So it's all good. But Ian was
I
just
think
kind
somebody
of
tried to call me, and
oh, that's what happened. All right. Ian was kind of describing some of the music you guys are having in the works right there. I guess, do you want to throw in anything else? You guys got some new material in the works?
we have, yeah. We're always working on new material. We did the first album, which we really need to promote more, really. So we're still working on that. But yeah, we've got a number of new tunes in the pipeline that we're working on, and some are nearly finished and ready to release. So that's our next phase, really, sort of album 2, as it were.
Yeah.
That's good. So can you just give the current lineup of who's all in the group? Because it looks like, there's 6 of you or 7 of you?
Do you want to go in, or do you want me to?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Go on, Steve.
Sorry, there's a delay in there, so it's making it a bit difficult. So Ian's bass, producer, engineer. We work on the songwriting together and putting everything together. So there's myself, drummer, songwriter as well, and I work closely with Ian producing the tracks. Mel, lead singer. John, who's on guitar and got a really good male voice as well. It's a bit like sort of, if you listen to Toots and the Maytals, John is exactly like that. That's his voice. So it's really authentic, so it's great. So for those kind of tracks, John's great. So and then we used to be a 7-8 piece band, but we've honed it down just to the 4 of us now, and then we bring in other musicians that we know, to play shows or do recordings and that kind of thing. So, i.e., brass or keyboards or whatever it might be.
So you're bringing some session musicians every now and again to kind of help with the works.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, that's all cool. But you get to elaborate more on the music as well as the band and everything else here too, just a little bit. But first off, gentlemen, welcome to my podcast right here. And the way it's going to work is I just want to ask some questions, get to know more both as the musicians, but also as the individuals as well here too. So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Steve's got a little bit of bad luck right here too. So, we'll make him go first. So, Steve, tell us your backstory of how you became a musician.
Well, when I was really young, about 12, I think, I heard my first ska record. It was an old Prince Buster track. I was actually on an outdoor pursuits thing in the mountains and just sitting there, and they had this old cassette player, and and this track come on, and I was just captured, absolutely captured. I loved it off, but I've never heard anything like it before. And although I love music, I'd never sort of really got into it, but this thing, I just couldn't stop listening to it all the time. And even when I got back, I kind of looked into more music, more ska, more reggae, that kind of thing, and just kept listening to it. And the more I found, the more I loved it, And then I thought, God, I've got to learn to play this stuff. It's absolutely brilliant, and I love the drums. I've always loved songwriting as well, so I started writing songs and found that I could write songs in this genre as well, and really loved doing that. So it was a gradual process, trying out the bass guitar and the guitar and the keyboards and sort of playing a few things, but not to a great level. But then the drums really took me, and I thought, right, this is for me. I love this stuff. So and never looked back from there. Really, still love ska, still love reggae, anything like that at all, rock steady, and obviously, hopefully, a little bit better on the drums now than I was when I was 14 or something. So, yeah. Yeah, and that was the story really. But so and then one day thought, well, I'd love to put a band together to do this stuff. I'd written a few songs, and I kind of got to know John, and John knew Ian, and then so John introduced me to Ian, and we never looked back really. We kind of hit it off, loved the same music, and Ian liked the tracks, thankfully, and we took on from there and produced them all. So that was our first album. So yeah, cool.
That's good to hear. Did you learned? I'm not sure how they do music programs over in the UK, and I wasn't sure if you went to the university afterwards to learn music theory or anything in music. Did you do anything music-wise in your studies?
No, not at all, actually. No, nothing like that. I actually joined the police for a little while, started doing that, and then prison service, worked in there, and but then I run I've always been quite charitable, and my family's always been sort of looking after in the sort of care industry and that. So I set up a charity actually, working with vulnerable children and young people in communities through music therapy and that kind of side of it, and therapeutic music and everything. And we ended up running that. I ended up running that for 20 years, and working all over the southeast of England. And we worked with about 40,000 people in the end. Children did loads of great stuff, won some awards and things for the charity. So ended up doing that really, but along the way, I obviously was teaching myself and having some lessons and things like that, to just improve really, and just playing to improve. Didn't really go to a uni to do it or anything like that, but learned a lot from people like Ian and stuff like that as well. So I think you learn loads from playing with people that are better than you, so when I met these guys, they were all better than me, and so I thought, well, this is, so you have to raise your standard, don't you? So so I just love it now. I really, we love playing, but so that's what I've done really. So no real formal training in it, but I also think that kind of keeps it a bit fresh as well, because I approach it from but for example, I had bass lessons once, and when I was younger, and he said, right, play this, right, you do that, you do that, you do that, you do that, and I'm like, okay. So every single song after that, I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and I did. I thought, oh no, I'm trapped in this kind of thing that I'm supposed to do, sort of thing, rather than going, this is what I want to do, So same with the drums, isn't it? I mean, what makes a unique musician is what comes from within that person, isn't it? Otherwise we'd all sound like the same. Session players are brilliant, but they do pretty much sound the same, So I hope that shows through in our music, that we've got that's what makes music original, isn't it? And the tracks original, because they come from they don't come from that place, sort of thing. So they come from within, sort of thing, and then the collaboration between the people that's writing them. So that's where I've come from anyway.
That's pretty good, man. Thank you for your service in the police force, right there. So
Yeah,
I salute you,
yeah.
brother. So
Yeah, not for long. I ended up traffic duty, and I didn't like that too much. So, even then, I just wanted to. I had a band going, and I wanted to just do that full time, really. So, but obviously, it doesn't pay that much, especially when you're young and starting out. So, yeah.
yeah, you need something to pay the bills. All right, I do have more questions about that in just a moment, but I think that will time with COVID a little bit later. But let's get Ian's story. So, Ian, what's your backstory of how you became a musician?
Wow. Well, mine started in church, actually. My mum told me that I got to go to church because my mum was a churchgoer, and she brought us up that way. So I ended up going to church with her, and then I just watched the guitarist in the church, and then I liked what he was doing, and then I thought, I want to get involved in that. So he was taking some guitar lessons. So I asked him if I can come along because I couldn't afford to take guitar lessons at the time. So I went along with him with my notepad. While he was getting his lessons, I was just writing my notes. And then I went home, persuaded my mum to buy me a guitar, which she eventually did. And then it just took off from there. I just started picking it up slowly. And then at school, while I was at school, this all started from about the age of 14, 13. So, at school, I started to do a bit of music as well, and started to learn a bit of music theory, which I loved. It was my favorite, at school. And it's weird because there was a bully at the school. I won't mention his name, but he was like the bully of my year that I was in. And every music lesson he would have his own. He was a very good pianist, and he would have his room, and he would just go in there, and you can hear him practicing his scales. But if you were like a problem in the classroom, the teacher would say to us, right, in the room with, I'll just call him Colin, in the room with Colin. No one wanted to go in the room because Colin was in the room. Anyway, I got pushed, I was misbehaving. I got sent into the room with Colin. I was terrified because scared of him. Anyway, I went in the room. I sat down and he was just there playing his scales. And I looked at him and he said, looking at me like really playing his scales as if to say, don't make a sound because I'm rehearsing. Anyway, there was a bass guitar, what do you call it? The ones that you I forgot the bass guitars.
Upright bass.
That's right. Upright bass guitar stuck in the corner. So he was playing the Sting. Da, 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 da. I don't know if you know that tune. Da, 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 da. So I just went in the corner and I just started playing the bass line to that song. And then he just turned around and he went, you play? I goes, a little bit. And he goes, all right, play along. So we started playing. The next thing, we became best friends. The next thing, we started the first band in Henry Fulton's school. And that was like, that was just amazing. And then another guy called Colin Baptiste, he was the keyboardist of the band. So we had two keyboardists, which was a bit different to most bands. We had two keyboardists in that band. But that's how my journey started, and it went on from there.
You couldn't make it up, really, could you? That's it. Yeah, great.
You cannot make this stuff up, that whole deal.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Actually, I thought you were getting ready to say Steve. That whole deal. Steve, did you bully Ian? So
no, I wouldn't dare. He's bigger than me.
Yep, that'll deal. All right, so I guess this could tie in with the whole band in particular, but I guess how'd you guys form the Scorchers? Let alone how'd you guys meet?
Well, we formed. We had a different lineup to start with, but we were doing a lot more covers when we started, and I suppose me in particular wanted to do more original stuff. You know, we were doing great, we sounded great, and all the rest of it. But I suppose you reach a time where you go, well, actually, are we really committed to this, or do we just want to play the odd gig, you know, and do covers and stuff like that? Well, I think the majority of us wanted to move on and really do our own material, and so, you know, not everybody wants to do that. So obviously, some people had to go and some people stayed, you know. So as I say, John, the guitarist, he knew Ian anyway, and we were looking around for a bass player for ages, and then John said about months later, and he said, "Oh, I know quite a good bass." He said, "Oh, well, not quite a good." He said, "I know a really good bass player." And I said, "John, why didn't you tell me this months ago?" It's like we've been searching, putting ads out, everything, and then there's Ian sitting just up the road, you know, amazing bass player and producer and everything else, you know, just perfect for us. And yeah, so anyway, so we John introduced me to Ian, and then that was it. We hit it off, and off we went from there, really. So again, with the singer, you know, we had a great singer, absolutely lovely person and everything else, but didn't really have the commitment to, or didn't want to have the commitment to go to taking it kind of as far as we could take it. So so then we met Mel, really. So Mel, you know, did want to go with it. So and along the way we've had, well, when we still use them, you know, various brass players, some really great players. I mean, superb players, you know, really top-notch players that played with major stars and that. And I think because they liked us, you know, and they come on board with us and everything else. So we ended up gigging around with these amazing brass players. And, you know, so same with keyboards and everything else. So, and Ian's got some great contacts as well, you know, and from the world of reggae in percussion and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of these people are featuring on the album, you know, so it's pretty much all live stuff on the album. So, you know, rather than computer, apart from some of the drums. But, yeah. So yeah, that's it, and so we are now this 4-piece, but with add-ons of people that we know, really. So yeah.
Yes. Did you guys jump around with the names before you settled on the Scorchers, or was it one of those things that came into you a dream last night? That whole deal, was it something like that?
Yeah, it came really quick, actually. It was just this name popped out, and you know, you have to check it to make sure nobody else has got it and everything else, and nobody did have it at the time. So we said, no, that's right, because we wanted a name that was really old sounding, you know, so it's from the period of the 50s, 60s, kind of authentic rocksteady and that. And I think the Scorchers kind of says that, you know. It's probably not great now for what we do with our original stuff, with our stuff, which is a bit more modern. So, but obviously the name's the name now, you know, so, and people know that, so we don't really want to change it and become faceless again. But, yeah.
All right. Ian, actually, did you go to university to kind of learn more about music, or did you, after high school, just jump right into the job?
No, I didn't go to university at all. I just, I was lucky enough to get roped in to a band. This was before the Scorchers. I got roped into a band. Well, I done an audition for a band that was up and coming. A band called the Cool Notes years ago, and because of that band, the band was busy on the road doing gigs, loads of gigs, and I ended up doing loads of gigs and learning really quickly, because it's like I was kind of thrown in the deep end with the band, so I had to get with it and just get on with it. And that was my training, you could say. The theory, we would always talk about the theory of music and stuff like that. We didn't have it on paper, but we learned it all in our heads. So, you know, it was a case of me knowing how to play music by ear. I didn't have to read a score. I was able to listen to a song, and that was it. A couple of listens, I was ready to play it. And most of the people in the band were like that. So we just grew with each other. So there was no need for university or anything like that. Yeah.
I guess in that case, how'd you meet John? Because it's the way Steve got described, it seemed like John and Ian had known each other. Were you guys in the previous group?
Yeah. No. band I was with, the Cool Notes, we used to play in a pub called the George Canning in London, and John used to play with another guy called Francis Campbell and the Sapphires. Really old sounding name, but that was it. And so we met up there in the pub because we'd do it on a couple of days. We'd do a day. John Francis Campbell would do another day, but then we'd done a collaborate gig on one day, and then that's how I met John, and it just kicked off from there. I've known him for donkey's years, donkey's years.
Everyone gets on with John. He's one of those people, and he's just really friendly, and you just instantly like him. You know, he's just one of those guys, really, and really talented as well. So yeah, he's just like Steve said, he's got that voice of the old school sounding vocalist, reggae vocalist, the Bob Marley, Toots and the Maytals kind of sound, isn't he? Definitely, yeah. I was so surprised. If you play a record from Toots and then listen to John, you'd think it was John. It's just he's just got that voice, you know. So, but he's such a lovely guy as well. He's from Mauritius originally, so that really adds a different flavour to the band as well. So he's got a sort of a different twist on the reggae ska thing as well, because from his background. So that's really good as well. So that brings a slightly different element to us as well. So yeah, no, he's just a great guy, John. Known him for a long time. So
I'm not sure if you ever watched The Three Stooges, but I think when John had told you about Ian, I thought it was gonna be like, why did you say that sooner right there? And just do like, I don't know. So, that's why I've been like, why did you just say that sooner, man? That'll be It's like, I mean, I work on I say English in this case, but like, bloody hell, man, that'll deal. So.
You sounded very English then. That was it. Yeah. Very good. Well done.
I mean, a friend of mine used to say, whenever I was like, I'm afraid, that whole deal was like, you're saying it like that English sort of style over there in the UK. So, yeah. So, what are we, a bunch of fucking pansies here or something? So, Actually, no, that was a Colin Farrell sort of joke right there. So, all right. But this one, I am kind of jumping this question up a little bit, but I guess more so the challenges these days that you guys face. So, do you guys still work multiple jobs, and then this is kind of the weekend gig? Is that how it goes?
For me, yeah, I do. I was a postman driver for 34 years, by day, and then by night, I was musician.
Transformation. That's it. Yeah.
I became that man. So yeah,
that's it. Yeah, became the music man. That's it. I mean, me too. Really, I run the charity for 20 odd years or something like that. And that was my day job. I was lucky it was music, which was great. And obviously most of the workshops I led were all reggae or ska, so nobody got any chance to do pop or rock or anything like that. Because I loved it. We kind of got known for doing ska and stuff like that, But I think you have to these days. I mean, unless you're lucky enough to really break through. But that's not everybody, is it? So we've done some great stuff. I mean, Ian's, we've all been up and done some amazing big gigs and big stuff, and known some people, but we haven't at the moment, and we are getting a bit older, but we haven't broken through yet. But we're not kidding ourselves. We're not expecting to be young pop bands and all that. We're not competing against that. But I think these days, if you write a good song, especially like in reggae or scars, you can, there's no age to it really. I know lots of ska people that are older than us, so and a lot of the greats, the ones that are still here, for example, we work with Freddie Notes. I don't know if you know, he did Montego Bay originally. There's a really famous track, and we got to know him, and we did quite a few gigs with him actually, and then with one of our tracks on the album, It's a Scorcher, features Freddie Notes, and it was really for me it was great because he's one of the great old school ska people, and you can tell he's been around. He's such a professional on stage, and and he shouts at us all when we get things wrong. So he's an out and out professional. So but yeah, we got along famously and still do, and so it's such a privilege to have him on one of our tracks. A track we wrote and he sung it. So brilliant, yeah, fantastic. I forgot the question now, but there we are. I've answered loads of things.
It was kind of delving into challenges, which in this case it is a little bit more of working the multiple jobs. But do you guys kind of struggle a little bit with marketing? Maybe not so much financial, but do you feel like a little bit of finance too?
Yeah, I mean, it does cost a lot, doesn't it, to try and break through. We've got a really good, just taken on a really good marketing person actually that really knows her stuff and social media and Google, getting us up in the ranks and that. So really loves our stuff. So we've just started working with her. But it's so flooded, isn't it now? There's so many people doing stuff, and good stuff as well. There's some great stuff out there. But I've always, if I didn't believe in what we were doing and didn't think our songs were strong enough and all the rest of it, I probably, wouldn't do it. I'd just leave it there archived and push it. But I do think we have something with these songs. From the reaction we get from fans, audiences everywhere, promoters, we put it on things like Groover and we get amazing feedback, and everybody loves it. I mean, City on Fire, John and I do a duo thing as well. We do some of the songs from the band just to get ourselves out there a bit more, and we did City on Fire the other day and the place erupted. I mean, they absolutely love it, so yeah, so we've got something there, and the new songs are really great as well. I would say they're probably even a bit more commercial. So we're just and we love it. So I mean, I love it. So that's if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. So so that's the main thing for me, is that I enjoy it. I love it. I still get loads out of it, writing songs, and I love playing the drums. And I love being part of this band with these people, because they're wonderful people, and really, really talented as well. So it's a real sort of privilege to be part of it, So, so I mean, obviously, that one of the challenges is getting older, so that's always something. But I say in this genre, I don't think that's much of a thing anyway. If you do something great, it's gonna go anyway. I think so. Yeah, that's it.
I guess. Not to leave it out, but I guess what was it like being a traffic cop too? I guess were you the ones doing the busy intersections in London there?
No, I was down in Kent. To be honest, I only just started, but yeah, it was just out. The rain was beating down and doing traffic duty and all that, and I thought there's got to be a better way. So it's got to be. And I think the thing was, I was really getting into my music as well, and I when you're young, you're a bit silly, aren't you? So I was so focused on that I just thought, well, I'm going to do my music and that's it. So I just concentrated on that for a while.
Yeah.
Till it didn't work, and then I had to go and get a job again.
Yeah. I guess, Ian, if you want to mention what kind of job you do, otherwise, what sort of hobbies do you kind of get into outside of the band and whatever your main job is?
At the moment, I am in between jobs. I'm kind of working a bit along with Steve. As a kind of like a support worker where Steve is. So basically that's that. I mean, I do a bit of I've got my own studio, which at one point in my life it was doing well. It was making a great income, but then AI came along and smashed things to pieces. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's caused some damage along the way. So but yeah, I'm in between jobs at the moment, music and that. So, yeah.
We run a children's home now as well, for vulnerable children, but all Ofsted registered professional thing. And Ian comes along and does professional music lessons and courses and stuff like that with us. So we're developing all that side of it. And Mel, the singer's going to be involved as well, actually. So so we're utilising skills. So it's all therapeutic music delivery. Yeah. So Ian specialises in that as well. So we do that, but. Yeah, it's a shame about studios and that. I'm with Ian on that. It's what you can do from home now. It's crazy, isn't it? But not saying it's better, because I think you're losing originality. So but that's the thing. So many studios have gone to the wall now, haven't they? Because of that, basically. I remember when I was young, we used to go to studios, do the recordings and all that kind of stuff, and it was a specialist thing. I mean, I became an engineer for quite a while. I did do. I knew someone that actually is our publisher. She owned a studio, so and I got thrown in the deep end there. We were just going along doing recordings, and she said, "Crikey, my engineer hasn't turned up." And she said, "I knew I did a bit, sort of thing." And she had this kind of major singer coming down from London with the management and all the rest of it. She said, "Can you step in and do this recording?" And I thought, and there's this massive desk and all the rest of it, and I really hadn't used all that stuff before. I thought, help, yeah, right, yes. So I had to pretend I was really professional, and answer all and ply them with lots of tea and stuff like that, But it went fine because it was only backing tracks. Luckily, it was backing track and her vocal, and that was it. So it wasn't full band. But yeah, so. But yeah, it's a shame in a way because you're losing characters like Ian and his skills out of it, I think. So yeah. Although we're not, because we've still got him, so it's fantastic. So
there is still hope. So yeah,
there's still hope.
Yeah,
there's still hope, mate.
There actually is a friend of mine, and unfortunately his name escapes me at the moment. I memorized too many names, to be honest. But his band's called the Open Flames, but he does charity work as well. But his is a little bit more international. So I think he also helps out with Israel and Gaza there too. So
right,
we'll give a shout out to the Open Flames. They do some good work right there. So if you guys know him at all, otherwise go check him out. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know him. No.
Okay. He's another bloke out of the UK, so he's not too far. He's just down there in London. So.
All right, cool.
Okay. Just down the road.
So, and I do have questions about Ken in just a moment here, but they can tie with COVID right here. So, I guess I'm not too sure if you guys had formed the Scorchers around then, but here's how I'll phrase the question. But how bad was COVID for you guys on a personal level, family-wise, and then anything you were doing music-wise?
Do you want to go in, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll just say a little bit, and then you can come in.
Yeah,
it's. I was fortunate because the work-wise, the Royal Mail had to work through the COVID season. I remember on the road going to work, and there was no one on the motorway, or you would call it the highway, but our motorways was absolutely empty, and only people like myself, civil workers, people that have to go in, you'd see the odd car driving past. But it was a serious time when it comes to work, because a lot of people had time off work, paid at home, getting paid, but a lot of us had to still go to work throughout the whole COVID time. It at the same time, it brought families together at the same time, because people, you love each other, you there's loved ones and there's family, and if you can get to your family, get to your family. Do you know what I mean? And help out in any way you can. But yeah, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. But if you're working through it like I was, it kind of went a bit quick. It kind of went through. Whereas I know that other people, I mean, I never caught any COVID, anything to do with COVID at all. I was one of the lucky ones. But I know people around me that died for it. Fit, healthy people that you never thought would have affected in that way, but it actually did, Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got COVID early, actually, when it was first come out, and so it was really worrying then, because you just didn't know what it was, and I started feeling more ill, and went to bed and thought, God, I don't feel well at all, So, but I suppose it was more the thought of it, really. What's going to happen? Because we didn't know. I mean, later on, you think, no, it's fine. It's I mean, people did get it seriously, obviously, but I was quite lucky. It was just like a major flu thing, for me. So, but I think the main thing for me, because I was running the children's home then, and of course we couldn't have children in, couldn't have visitors, staff, all the rest of it. So we had a year of all the costs and no income. So it was kind of like I had to borrow. It was not a good time really. So a whole year of it. And of course, we didn't know when it was going to end. Is this thing going to stop? Is it going to get worse? You just don't know, do you? But it was, and of course with the gigs as well, we couldn't do any gigging. So, couldn't really even.
Right.
Yeah, we couldn't. We had to cancel loads. About 52 gigs, I think we cancelled because we couldn't do them, and we couldn't even have the pleasure of rehearsing really. So it was a horrible time really. For everybody. So didn't enjoy that. So. And you do worry about your nearest and dearest, don't you, and all that kind of stuff, and your parents and things. They're going to get it. Is it they're going to be all right? That kind of thing. Like Ian said, he's had people that he knew that passed on. Whether it's dreadful. Yeah. So yes, it's. I think it's returned a little bit, hasn't it? But I don't think it's anywhere as serious as what it was.
We're a bit more prepared this time, so
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's going to always be there, isn't it? Like the cold or the flu.
Yeah. Apparently the aliens are coming anyway in November, so we'll be all right.
Something like that. So
yeah, they keep coming, don't they? But they never turn up.
All right. But all jokes aside and everything here too, it's good to see you and families are safe right there. But sorry for any losses that have come by along the way. So all right.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
The town you guys grew up in, Kent, I guess, and maybe even London. I don't know what venues you played in as a Scorchers, but from your perspective, how's the music scene been in Kent? Do you think it's kind of rebounded since COVID? And if you want, maybe also say how it was before then. Go ahead.
Well, there is quite a ska scene in Kent. Funny enough, you've got places like Margate and things where it kind of originated. It was all there in the beginning around those areas. So it is quite a scene in Kent, surprisingly. Not so much reggae, I don't think, but Ian could correct me on that. But it's but ska definitely, and obviously you get into London and you got ska and reggae is quite big in around London. So I think before COVID, it was quite vibrant really. We were gigging all over, loads of gigs and everything else, and busy. It has bounced back to a certain extent. I wouldn't say fully, because I think a lot of the venues have gone during that time as well. So there's not so many venues. There was some nice venues that we played in that have just gone now. So it's not as easy, but we're just writing their second album and all that kind of thing. So we're not concentrating on gigs at the moment. So we're going to get all that in place and get the marketing in place, and then look at that again. So yeah,
that's right.
I don't know if you want to throw anything else in.
Yeah, like Steve said, it was vibrant before COVID. Now. The gigs are so few now, to tell the truth. They're not as much as you. I mean, I used to do a lot of session work, bass session work, and that just fell right off. That was another way of making income, but that kind of of fell off. So it's really it did impact the live scene and the live part of it. For musicians, I mean, a lot of musicians, that was their only way of making income, and then that was just taken away from them through COVID, which was sad. So a lot of musicians are trying to bounce back, and like Steve said, it is coming back. Nowhere near what it used to be. But it's slowly coming back, slowly.
And of course, venues haven't got. We used to be a 7-8 piece band, and we got paid for it, reasonably well.
That's right.
But now venues have got. They're trying to, book us for 200 quid, 250 quid, and we cannot go out for that. Not with those kind of under standard of the musicians we've got. They're for want of a better word, session player standard, so you can't expect someone that's spent, a lot of their life learning their trade and being at such a level to go for 50 quid or something. It's just, and it's not worth it. So you know,
No.
so I think we're going the other route. We're writing songs and getting the world to hear them and see if anything kind of takes off, and then we'll go with that. I think, so obviously if gigs come up and festivals come up, I mean, it's not all about money, but obviously you need to cover your costs and everything as well. So, but yeah, that's dropped off massively. The amount that venues can offer financially has really gone down.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a downside there too. So
yeah.
I do fingers
you're
crossed.
still there. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little choppy right there, so hopefully the phone holds up. We should be all right though. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let's keep it going there, boys.
Crossed.
Yeah.
So, but I guess outside of the new material you guys have in the works, I guess you guys got any plans for new shows for the remainder of this year and going into next year?
Yeah. When it comes to live shows, basically for the year, we're trying to work on the second album. Less gigs. I mean, we'll take the gigs if they're available and if they come along. But we're trying more to work on a social media side of the band, and the second album is where our heads are at for the next coming year.
Yeah, definite. And say, if something starts taking off, then we can go with it, basically. But yeah, that's exactly right. What Ian said. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
All right. I guess if you were to do any live shows, would you stick over across the pond, either to the US or go to France or somewhere over there?
If there was an
definitely.
offer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
I'd love to come to America and gig. Oh, I'd love it. I would love it.
Funny on our on the stats for our music and everything, America is. Well, and England, it keeps swapping. We've got most fans in America, and then England, but it's like 20 or 30 keeps changing around, so it's very close on both. So yeah, so I think we do fairly well out there actually, because the majority of our fans come from there. We've got a lot of fans in Jamaica, so that's another place to go. So which I've never been, and I should go. So but yeah, USA and UK are just neck and neck basically for our fans, so that's great. Yeah. So yeah, love to go there. We had a promoter out there as well, Nan Lewis. She promoted really well-known bands, and she just contacted us one day and said, "I really love what you're doing. Can I work for you?" I said, "Yeah, of course you can." So she's out in America as well. So we're kind of lining things up a bit more, Now we've got this new social media person as well, and writing new tracks, which we really enjoy. I think get them out properly and let people hear them properly, and then see where it goes from there, really.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So I guess in terms of travel, have you guys done any sort of traveling? Gone to just over to the neighboring countries with France, Spain, Germany?
I have with a sort of another band, which was also a ska band, the sort of pre-runner to the Scorchers. Ian's probably been all over the place, but yeah, I went abroad quite a lot with the other band. Yeah, so we was a bit fast. It was it was kind of a fast ska band. It was almost punky ska band, sort of thing. But and that was quite a while ago. So but yeah, no, we toured with that one, so that was really good. But yeah, it's something I'm sure we'd love to do, because it's great fun. I've done it before, and Ian's done it obviously. So yeah.
Yeah. Before I joined the Scorchers, I've done it. I've most of the European countries I've been to and gigged. I've never been to America though. Never gigged in America, but it never happened with my past band experience. I mean, the 80s and early 90s was the best part of my musical career before the Scorchers, and that's when I done most of the work was done in that time. Most of the touring, most of the gigs, meeting these lovely people, different artists, famous people. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could go on, but it's just too much to go.
Yeah.
We can write a book about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I could actually write a book about it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but we'll see what happens. But keep us posted on socials, whatever you guys
Yeah,
start
we will,
support or got the new material out. So,
Mm.
all right. So I know we talked about some hard topics there with challenges and COVID. So let's go ahead and jump to gear, the fun part. So,
Okay.
all right, whoever wants to go first, what you got that you use for the Scorchers?
On the production side of things, we use Cubase. I don't know if you've heard of Cubase. I've used Cubase all my life. I've never used. I've touched on Reaper and what's that other one, which I don't even know the names of them. That's how much I've not used them. But mainly Cubase, from Cubase 1 right up to what it is now, which is 13, I think, or 14. We used to use a lot of outboard gear, but now everything's all in the box, mostly. That's why I love the idea that we are still live as a band. Yeah, I think Steve might have. But the idea that we're live as a band, that pulls in the live part of it, instead of just a computer and doing what the computer dictates, the live part of us dictates more. So, which is a good thing, you know. Helps in choosing the gear, the right kind of gear to use to suit the band. But mainly on the production side, you know, Cubase, Trace Elliott, those old names, H&H and stuff like that. Mark Bass I use as well. Plus we use, I've used, my bass at the moment is a Marcus Miller signature bass, which I've been using that for a few years now, which I love. Yeah, Steve, I know Steve has been on a few drum kits.
Yeah, we've had a few. Yeah, from having no money, you know, to the beginner kit, and then to keep going and going. I had a lovely Ludwig kit, and I had it re-wrapped in reggae colours, which was really nice. So I've still got that, but it just sits in the corner looking really nice at the moment. So yeah, I love that. I've currently got a really nice Gresh kit. I've really splashed out a while ago and got that, and it's like a limited edition blue oyster pearl kind of thing, like really 60s kind of look. You know, it's really it's beautiful. I could just sit and look at it all day, really. So, but it's quite inspiring to play because it's a nice kit. So, so it sounds really good, you know. So, yeah. So I must try and get a place where I can just set it up and play all the time, you know, because it's a bit noisy here. So, but yeah, beautiful kit, really nice K series cymbals and stuff like that. You know, it's like anything in it. It's the style we do. I mean, I kept. That's why I keep changing. Ian, I tell you, I keep changing. I keep changing and changing because I want to get that sound, you know, the right sound. The Gresh kit's lovely. I remember we did a gig. It was a little while ago now, but the engineers. It was quite a big gig. Yeah, we did a gig, and it shows how good this kit is. We set it all up, and they mic'd it all up, and it's quite a big gig. And he said, right, kick drum, you know, snare, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, he said I didn't have to tweak anything whatsoever. It was absolutely perfect, you know, just as it comes out of the box, as it were, you know, sort of thing. So yeah, it's a great sounding kit. So you know, so I love it. So and so it's inspiring to play as well. Then so yeah, so I got an electronic kit for home, a really nice Roland kit that looked like an acoustic kit as well, really great, but I just can't, it's just not the same as playing an acoustic. I know I sound old fashioned, but it's just not the same. You can get beautiful sounds, but you can't get the little nuances and the little hi-hat. You can't get that. The sounds on a real snare, you just, you know, so many different sounds from the rim shot to everything that, you know, you just can't get it on an electronic kit. So as good as they are, it's still, I mean, the toms sounded great and the kick sounded great, but apart from that, really, you know, so I resold it again. I thought, no, I can't get on with it. can't do what I want with it. So yeah, so it's acoustic all the way for me. But yeah.
Yeah, we do
Okay.
use we do use the computer to help us on stage as well. Because when you've come down in numbers, yeah, we still want that full sound on stage. So we program the computers to maybe play a bit of brass section. If we haven't got our brass, not to worry, the computer will do the job for us.
Yeah.
The whole backing tracks. So yeah. So
Well, they're our own sort of, we created them ourselves basically, out of what we recorded, and then
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so yeah, and then we can trigger what's in and what's not in and all that kind of stuff, So it's going back to that thing of venues can't pay much, as well. So it makes it affordable to do, So that's the only reason we're doing it. Otherwise, we would have the full band, So
Yeah.
But it means we can do gigs without the full band. We can do gigs as a 4-piece, So still
Yeah.
live bass, live guitar, live vocals and live drums. But the rest is, we can add, as Ian said, as the brass in and keyboards and backing vocals and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, but do you guys do all the production, mixing, mastering? Do you all do it yourselves, or does someone help you with putting the final touches on it?
Well,
we do it all ourselves.
Yeah.
Between me and Steve, we do it all ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the kit and we got the knowledge and the experience, Ian's produced some major bands basically, at the end of the day. So, and I've supposedly got a natural ear for it, so I've been told many, many times, and was an engineer for quite a number of years, So between us, we're great, really good. So, and we kind of bounce off each other with ideas really as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, so we can do it ourselves really.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the knowledge, all the experience going back, like I said, from the 80s up till now. Yeah, we've learnt it. So why not use it? Instead of going on and spending money on what we can do ourselves, we just do it ourselves.
Plus, it gives us the sound we want, rather than somebody else obviously will do it different, So so we're in control of our sound then and how it's going to come out. So yeah,
exactly. So many mixes have been destroyed because they've taken it to be mastered. And no disrespect to mastering studios and that, they're really good, but sometimes they just can't understand your sound that you want to get over, and it could damage it. Make it. When I say damage, I mean turn it around to a different sound from what you originally wanted. Through the mastering.
Exactly, and a lot of mastering studios. Not I say no disrespect to them at all, but they do all genres of music. They from rock to everything. But we're very specialist in the reggae ska field. So if we found someone that mastered that and that's all they did, then that might be okay. But because we master it and mix it ourselves, as I say, it'd be a shame to spend days and days on a mix and then it's ruined. That the mastering just tweaks it how we don't want it tweaked, So and we really enjoy doing that as well. It's really nice to hear the end results, and it saves us money. So yeah,
that's the main thing, saving the money. So
yeah. It is these days. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that's right.
You got to these days. So all right. So,
cool.
But I think earlier, Ian had touched a little bit on the AI, how it kind of put him out of business for his one job there. So I guess, what do you guys make of AI and social media these days? I guess a little bit of a double-edged sword, or do you think it's kind of a whole Terminator scenario where it's going to take over and kill humanity?
It's a bit of a double-edged sword to me.
Yeah. Same as yeah.
It's helpful in ways, and it's not helpful in some ways. But I will never come against AI. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing if it's used properly. It's a good thing. If you can use it, get on board. If you can't use it, just keep out of the way and stay natural. You might get left behind in the times, but if you want to get with the times, you're going to have to flow.
It's great for I mean, I use it a bit for songwriting. I don't know if it's AI so much, but there's programs that you can use, just, experiment with songwriting and stuff like that. So download, there's a choice of 1,000 drum beats or something, and you think, well, I can whiz through those rather than trying to play them myself and record them. And, it gives you ideas, doesn't it? That's the good thing. But I did try, I think it's in its infancy still, because I try, because I'm all right as a backing singer, but I'll never be a lead singer or anything like that, So I tried this, I wrote a song, and I thought, because I don't like my voice, I'll do it as a demo with my voice on. But I'll try the voice on so it sounds good, and I mean, this thing was just terrible. It was really bad. So I played it to a few people and they went, what is that singing? It just doesn't sound natural at all or anything. So yeah, so I don't think it's quite there yet, but I think generally with AI, it would be interesting to be around in about 50 to 100 years time and see where it's, where we are. Probably the Terminator situation, I kind of feel might be like coming, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so yeah, as long as we keep control of it, I think that's the main thing. But I think it will control us a bit, I think. So yeah,
we shall have to see. But I guess for the charity work you guys do you use it at all in order to maybe help people who's disabled?
Yeah, I mean, we because most people we work with are beginners, so obviously we need to be fairly quick on creating, the initial tracks, and teaching and stuff like that. So yeah, we use it for that, definitely. Where that can help, definitely use that. Yeah. So, and then obviously the aim is to progress people to actually, because I think everybody should be able to play an instrument. I think it should be just something that everybody should be able to do, not forced to do, but have the opportunity to do. Because, we know from playing instruments, and you probably know as well, Brian, that it does so much for you. And I based the whole 20 years charity on teaching people to play music and what it does for you, and the therapeutic side of it and all that kind of thing. So, I that's what we try and do, because it's like sports and things. It does the same thing. It releases the same endorphins and all the rest of it. So it's something that, and it's such a great achievement to do that. You get someone within half an hour to be able to play a basic drum beat or something like that, and it's just changes the whole world. So it's and Ian's in the process of recording tracks with young people at the moment, so they've got their voice on it, and it'd just be brilliant, so that really is a self-esteem booster, and does people a lot of good, basically. Yeah.
I mean, you can put a title of a song into a software, and it will write the song for you, the whole song, choruses, verse, bridge, everything. And you can even go as far as put the melody in, and it will give you the rest of the melody. You can put one chord in, and it will give you a structure of all the chords. So it basically could do everything, but you don't want it to do everything. You want to give the person a chance to be creative and do their thing, get involved in their way, and not just rely on AI, or it's like saying someone else write it for you. You want to get involved.
Yeah, because I mean, being human creativity is what it is, isn't it? And I hope we never lose that aspect of it. As AI gets more and more, much better, sort of thing. So I hope we can still keep people playing instruments and that kind of thing. So. I'm not sure. whether that in the long run, whether it'll be like, a few buttons and there's your track, basically, or that kind of thing. But I hope not. I do hope that people, because I know what it can do for people to sing and play and create music and that kind of thing. So yeah. But we use it where it's needed, sort of thing. So yeah.
Where it's needed, yeah.
Yeah. So earlier we had the fingers crossed. So in this case, we'll do double fingers crossed this time. So.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right,
We're talking the Scott. Yeah, we talked in about 50 years' time. We'll be talking to the Scorchers. We'll be robots. We're taking our brains out, and we'll be sitting here just AI versions of ourselves. Hello, Brian. Yeah. Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah. Does not compute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Big glitching, huh? Glitch.
It's going to show the Matrix. So yeah. That'll do.
Yeah.
All right. And for the last of the questions here, actually, before we jump into some extra fun ones, the lyrics, I think you said it was both you and Ian who are the songwriters, but I guess what do you normally like to delve into lyrical wise?
I like to. Sorry, Ian.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I like to. I'm all up for the underdog all the time. I suppose that comes from my charity work and how I am really. But so all my songs are about sort of the underdog really succeeding and where against odds and that kind of stuff. That's mostly what my songs are about. Yeah.
Yeah, I my songs mainly around love and celebration, and you know, people that are going through it, real life experiences. That, you know, I don't write many songs. I'm more of the music side of things. The music comes so naturally with me. Sometimes I struggle trying to write a song, and then there's other times, whew, it just flows, just comes out.
One of the sorry.
Yeah, but because I've got Steve on my side, but we work together. We balance things out, and his lyrical content is really good, you know. So, and we write songs together as well. So,
I remember one song that's actually doing pretty much the best on our, you know, on the stats again and everything. It's called "Am I Too Late?" and Ian wrote all the backing and everything. It didn't even come together. You know, Ian had written this song anyway, and I went round and he said, "What do you think of this?" And so he played it. I was just, yeah, love it, absolutely brilliant. You know, really, really great. And it's more of, I suppose, a lovers rock kind of thing, Ian. I suppose. Yeah. And then I said, I've got a song. So we were working on a song called "Am I Too Late?" but Ian's backing was way better, and we just started singing it over the song, and it fitted beautifully. So, and it is one of the most popular songs that we've got, basically, you know. So it goes everywhere. So we're going to promote that one quite well. So,
all right, that's all cool. So, do you guys normally share your ideas between each other before you start writing it down on paper, or Ian? I guess in your case, you just write all the lyrics down and then you just show it to Steve and be like, sort of like critique it, see what you think. Is that sort of like that?
With my side, I normally start off like that and then get input, get other people's advice on it. Yeah.
I suppose in the past with the first album, I wrote those songs a long time ago. Basically, you know, that it's over many years I wrote those songs. So I brought those to the band, and then we worked on them as the band. But with new songs now, we are very collaborative. Yeah, we either come up with an idea, or I will, or come up with some lyrics or whatever. You know, I think we tend to start with the music first. I always tend to start with the music first anyway. But then we bring Mel in and John in, and we'll all have an input. You know, because I think that'll make everything much stronger as well. So, you know, getting their input. Mel's a really good songwriter as well.
Yep, definitely.
And I'll write something and sing it as a demo, and then I think, oh, that's quite good, and then not the actual singing, but and then she will completely change it, much for the better. So she goes, yeah, but that's all right, but can I do it my way? And I said, yeah, go ahead, you know. And it's like, wow, you know, that's much same kind of thing, you know, but it's just the way she phrases things and all the rest of it. It's just so much more professional than the way I do it, you know. So yeah, but I suppose you have to have the words to begin with, you know. That's the thing.
That's for sure. But it also shows you got good band cohesion there as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Ian and Steve, we've reached all the questions here. So here, let's jump to some extra fun ones. Ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So I'm curious if there's a particular dish I have not heard about yet, but in your neck of the woods, I guess, what would you say is your favorite food?
Ooh.
Right.
That's a good one. I like everything really. I'm not fussy really. You know, the only thing I don't like is seafood really. But I really do like a traditional English roast on a Sunday. I really do like that. That's something I do. And if you can combine that with a pub with an open fire, even better. Fantastic. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's nice.
When it comes to food, I love all kinds of food, but I love a curry goat and rice. And I also love the traditional English breakfast. I can eat that for
Yeah.
dinner, lunch, breakfast,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know, and I like a soup. There's a soup called Jamaicans call it manish water. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Mm.
Manish water, and what it is, it's a cocktail of meats, lamb and other bits of meat cooked down with some potatoes
Mm.
and some veg. Oh, it's delicious, absolutely delicious.
You're making me hungry now. That time, isn't it, for us? Yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying, yes, I concur with the English breakfast. Yeah, if we ever go on tour again, it'll probably be that all day long, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say all you have to do is just top it off with an Irish coffee, and I think that should probably kick off your day.
Oh, wow.
I don't think we were very healthy when we came back, but apart from that, yeah.
Actually, I was going to say the whole meat and potatoes deal, and it's actually very funny with some of the names that have to come up every now and again. And in your case, Ian, with what the Jamaicans call manish water or something like that. So,
Yeah, manish water. Yeah, it's a soup, basically soup. Yeah.
I mean, I used to eat like what was a chunky sour soup, and it pretty much had no meat and all that stuff with the potatoes and veggies and all that stuff. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
you guys seem to get the idea. So, all right, all great choices. So, not sure if you guys drink, but if you do, what's your drink of choice for alcoholic? And then what's your favorite non-alcoholic drinks?
Okay. I would say my favorite. I love a Heineken. I'm a Heineken man. Heineken beer, that is. I'm not a spirit man. I used to drink spirits back in the day, but the older you get, the less of that I think you drink. So you know, when it comes to non-alcoholic, I mix my drinks. I love to mix like a coconut water with some pineapple juice with some apple juice. That's me. I love a mixture of soft drinks to make my perfect drink.
Like the evil
I'm terrible.
scientist experiment going on right there too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, it's delicious. I've tried it. It's delicious. Yeah, so and healthy. But
Yeah.
I actually don't drink at all. Actually, I've never really have, to be honest. I don't know what's wrong with my system, but it doesn't take alcohol well at all. I tried it when I was younger, and I just ended up being violently ill, all the time. So I just thought, you know what, I can't do this. I just can't do it. So I steer clear from alcohol pretty much fully, sort of thing. So it's really boring. So I mostly drink sparkling water. That's what I mostly drink. So or water a lot, and lots of tea. I drink about 7 cups of tea a day probably. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
It's a good job you don't put sugar in it, hey?
Oh yeah, no, don't put sugar in it. Yeah, no, and it's decaf. And everybody takes a mickey out of me for how weak I have it as well. So it's like, just show it the tea bag, and that's about it, really. Yeah. So it's more like warm milk, really. So yeah, cool. But yeah, so I'm not very interested in like that. So
I was gonna say, if it was the coffee, you'd be jumping off the walls if you had 7 a day.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
actually, there's this new drink I just recently found out called Prime, which actually does mix a little bit of the coconut water and has a little bit more of the vitamins, but it's like a healthier version of Gatorade in a way. It's actually not bad. So
Coconut water is great. I love it. Yeah, that really is good. Yeah. I tried it. They said I used to, when I first started drumming, I used to get my legs get stitched, get cramps. Sorry, because of drumming away. And I was like, what can I do? So I looked it all up, and coconut water is really good for that apparently. So I just drank tons of it before I get, and I didn't get cramp. It was really good. I don't get it these days. I think my muscles are used to it. But yeah, it did. It must have helped because I didn't get cramp. So it was great.
There's your remedy.
that's good. Apparently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right.
Advertising coconut water.
Yep. Actually, we're gonna say sponsor us, coconut water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, if you're out there, that's it.
Whoever that may be. So,
Yeah, that's right.
all right. So all great choices there. I guess in terms of movies and TV shows, I guess what y'all into these days?
Wow. I love a box series. You know, the Netflix, the film. I love films. I haven't got a favorite. I like Denzel's. I like most of Denzel Washington's films.
Yeah.
I'm a science fiction man myself.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also love thrillers, you know.
Mm.
And you know that stuff that makes you have to think, really think.
Mm.
And I love a Columbo. That's me.
Yeah, I'm with Ian on the. I'm totally with Ian on the science fiction. I love it. Yeah, I can sit there and watch that, you know. And it's funny watching old science fiction stuff. It seems to have come true, doesn't it? You know, so I'm waiting to see. So watch the ones now. Well, that's what we say about AI and that. You know, well, you know, if they're true, well, watch this space, isn't it, sort of thing. But yeah, no, I love all that. I love things like sort of dry humour, like The Office and stuff like that. I loved that when that came out. You know, that was really funny. I find all that really funny. So Ricky Gervais and all that kind of stuff. You know, so. Loads of stuff like that, really. Tom Hanks, I really like him. I think he's a great actor. You know, it's really, I just don't know how he does it. Really, it's just brilliant. But yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm totally into films. I mean, I did run a filmmaking company for about 10 years. Again, it was charitable, making films for the good of people and that kind of stuff. We did films like showing people with disability in the workplace and that kind of for the government and local councils and stuff like that. So I really love films. I've always loved films. You know, I'm really happy to sit and watch a nice film. You know, that's a great thing I love to do. So yeah, cool.
That's one of my parents. They really dig into the British drama series, which are normally crime dramas. So, unfortunately, you got too many. So I think people are going to make the assumption that you people are too busy killing each other. So, but nonetheless, you always did have some great actors, especially when you had the Game of Thrones thing going on there for a while.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, all great choices. And for lots of fun questions, I guess what y'all been listening to these days in terms of music, whether they're mainstream artists or indie artists.
So I'll let you go first, Steve.
All right. Well, I'm a bit old now, so I don't listen to loads of modern stuff, to be honest with you, because I don't like. This sounds really old, but I'm not going back to AI again, really, and everything else. I don't really like the manufactured sound that much, to be honest. I much prefer a more live sound, you know. So, I actually listen to a lot of dub. I love dub reggae. So I can have, you know, I'm working away and I've got dub reggae going on, you know. So I've got some big speakers in here, and it's great. And I can have the bass pumping out. It's just great. I love that. So, and then I will listen to my ska, you know, some original early ska as well. So not so much the new two-tonies kind of stuff, although that was my era and I love two-tone. It was really good, but I prefer the old stuff because it's got a real groove to it, sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I listen to. I'm very boring like that. I'm very single-minded. I listen to a lot of reggae and dub reggae, so yeah, that's what I like, really. So
yeah, which there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
If you, I would say that I don't listen to the top 10 in the national charts. I would not know what is number one right now. I wouldn't know what is even number 10 right now. But I love, my go-to music is stuff like that. I'm a Luther Vandross man. I love Luther. I love R&B, and I love reggae music in all forms of reggae, from ska to dub, and that's it basically. The other day, I know this might be a bit different from the question you're asking, but the other day I recomposed Mozart's Amadeus, one of the tracks, and it was so much fun because you had to break down every instrument. Break it. I think I played it to you once, Steve, when you came down to the studio.
Yeah, you did.
You had to break down every instrument, and I didn't write it in. I played it in, played it into the computer, and I kind of liked after that. I loved that kind of music. I loved it, and I thought, oh, you know, I can understand why people can sit down and listen to operas and things like that, I actually do like them. So yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm with you on that, Ian, actually, because one of my favourite songs is that Canon in D. That is just like, it gets me every time. I mean, I don't know how they touch on your heartstrings and that it just wells me up every time. It's just, I mean, it's amazing, you know. So I mean, it does remind me of my dad, you know, who passed now, but it's kind of like it's incredible writing, isn't it? It is really, you know, the layers they're incredible, you know. So so I can really appreciate that. I mean, and I can appreciate very talented people, naturally talented, you know, like Adele or someone like that, you know. I mean, her songwriting's incredible. You know, her voice is incredible. I think she's just incredible. You know, her stage presence she's so relaxed. It's just incredible. You know, amazing. So, so there are some artists around that you know, modern artists that you can appreciate. But I'm a bit like Ian on that. I mean, I like soul, and I like. I mean, yeah, going back, I like De La Soul. You know, a lot of that band. I really love that band. Hip hop and stuff like that. I like a bit of that. But yeah, so but I do. My go-to is dub reggae, really, sort of thing. I just love it. It's great. So yeah.
All right, those are all some interesting choices right there too. So, all right. So, boys, we're down to one more question on my podcast right here. Before we jump into it, would you like to ask me a question of piece real quick?
Oh, that's all right. About the podcast, is it? Or
I think really if it comes to mind, or even like just rephrase the question that I asked you guys earlier.
Yep, you got us on the hop there. I'm not sure. Can't really think of anything, to be honest. I mean, I think you've done really. You know, we've covered a lot, haven't we? Really, but where are you from? That's the thing. And what's the ska scene around where you are?
I'm based at Pittsburgh, PA, and so obviously over here in the States. But I'd say Pittsburgh is very diverse. So. I mean, a couple times we did have some reggae groups that came by a venue that's not too far from my house. So it varies at times, but every now and again you might see a reggae group, or pretty much, I don't know how you describe the genre. It's almost like ska in a way when you're saying it.
Yeah. Ska's a bit faster, isn't it, generally?
Yeah. Faster reggae.
Yeah. But I mean, we would love to come out to America. I mean, so we've got, you know, a lot of fans out there, and we've got a promoter out there, and all that kind of stuff, you know. So it's our new social media person. She's from South Africa. So so again, you know, we're trying to get everywhere we can. So we're trying to put these places where we can get to. So yeah, cool.
The only question I would want to ask is, what is your take, or I don't know how much you know about the Scorchers, but what is your take on the Scorchers? What do you think of the band?
That's pretty much.
I mean, it's almost like a review time right now. So
yeah.
So I did listen to a couple songs before I hopped on here, which was the Memphis Rock. Actually, I think I told Ian about it too, but Memphis Rock, Hold On Tight, and Walk On By. So.
Yeah,
I was saying Memphis Rock. That one I actually see that had the most views on the Spotify page. So, of course, you got to check that one out.
Memphis Rock, you said.
Memphis Rock, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. I think because there's another band called the Scorchers on there as an older band, and I think that's them you're looking at rather than us.
Yeah.
Okay, that might explain a lot. Yeah. I swear I clicked on the little logo. It looked like one of those dartboard sort of logos. Yeah,
that's our one. Yeah, for some reason, if you go on Spotify, that Memphis Rock and stuff is on there for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I think Spotify, it's just gone on there because I don't know why. But yeah, that's not one of ours, unfortunately. I mean, we're more the reggae stuff, you know, waiting for the train and all like that. So
yeah.
I was gonna say it's Hold On Tight and Walk On By. Are those any of your songs?
No. They're covers anyway, those.
I mean, you could cover them. You probably get away with it. So unfortunately, I could not answer Ian's question.
Oh,
yeah. Just say we're fantastic. That'll do. Yeah.
You're musicians. That's all that matters. So you do what you do. So
yeah, I can send you some stuff anyway afterwards. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I did click follow, so I don't know.
Oh, good.
Spotify's weird. So
yeah, no, it throws up a lot of things, doesn't it? Yeah.
But But sorry, I can't answer the question.
That's all right, my friend. That's
and,
okay.
and it was a really good question as well. I thought that was a good question. Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
it did one thing. It pointed out that, put you
Yeah.
straight, put you straight on the band's music. Yeah.
I guess so. All right. Was there anything else, or is okay? We jump into the last question.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, mate. Yeah.
All right. But whoever wants to go first, here's how it goes. So way back when I started this podcast during the heart of COVID, right there in 2021. So I used to phrase it in around COVID. But these days, you're seeing a lot of the whole negativity going on with, political polarization and some BS going on in and around the world there too, with certain wars happening here and there too.
Yeah.
But these days, people need some sort of hope. So what would be your message of hope for musicians and people out there so they can try to move forward with their lives?
Big question. Good question. Yeah. I mean, that's why I would say keep music live and keep people playing music and creating music. Because, again, going back to the charity work and our charity work, we know what music does. It's a very therapeutic thing, and it can change people's lives for the better. You don't have to become rich and famous or anything like that at all. Even just to write songs and just record and learn to play something. I think that's music is a great healer, and you can even just listen to it, get together in a choir, form a choir somewhere, that kind of thing. And that it, we've done that in the past. We formed drumming groups, choir groups, singing groups, all sorts of things, and it just brings people together. That's what it does, and it boosts your spirituality. The sense of being a person in a community, that kind of stuff. It's all that. So I would say if you're not doing music, there's music everywhere. And I say there's choirs and there's groups and there's all sorts of stuff. Just get involved, and you'll feel better. Basically, that's what I would say.
Yeah, it's funny you saying that. I was at a gig last night, and one of the musicians that I've known for a few years, he's young, very young guy, up and coming, and he said to me, Ian, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to get by as a musician, to get noticed, to make it, or to and I said to him, you know what? That is a very good question, and I can't really answer that question in full, but all I can say is whatever instrument you play, do it to the best of your ability. Play as good as you can, be the best at it as you can, because you get noticed. When you're the best, or when you're really good at what you do, that's when people will notice you. And then when you get noticed, jump on it and work on it. But to round it all off, we all need love at the end of the day. And where there is love, there is hope, as far as I'm concerned. And love, 100%. Yeah. And when I think of love, I think of the Almighty God. That's what I think of. The Almighty God and love. They're both the same. And when I see love going on in the world, where there's fighting, where there's starvation, but yet there is love there, where people want to help each other and love their neighbors as themselves, then there's hope, as far as I'm concerned.
And there is hope, because there's a lot of great people out there. We come across them all the time doing the things we do, so but yeah, that's it. And I would say as well, yeah, I would totally agree, and well said, but I'd say and love what you do as well. Music, the person you spoke to, if you love it, you're going to do well. That's the thing. So right. don't just think, oh, I'm going to be a session player and that's it, because it will get boring, but it's playing over and over. But love what you do, and that's
love
the thing,
what you do.
Yeah. And and as Ian said, be kind to there's always people coming up behind you, isn't there, and that kind of thing. So it's nice to pass on and support everybody, so so there's a lot of people that forget that, I think, but we don't. So yeah, and hopefully other people won't. So yeah, cool.
Yep. And spoke like a bunch of true prodigies. Thank you all so much for sharing right there too. And I guess
Yeah.
Steve, real quick, you want to show everybody the equipment room behind you there, real quick? Is that the studio you guys all working to make the magic happen?
I'm
Sorry.
sorry, I'm not in the studio at the moment. I'm in just a room in my house. But yeah, no, I'm not in the studio at the moment. But you know, it'd have been.
I bet Steve. I think it's a shed that he's in, or I don't know if that's where you guys.
No, how dare you? No, it's my no, it's my office come music room. Yeah, so I write my songs in here and all that kind of stuff. I've got my keyboard and the computer in front of me here, and did have the electronic drum kit, but I didn't like that, so I had to go. But yeah, so I got bass guitar there, all sorts of things, and microphone just sitting there, so ready to record. So yeah, it's kind of it's my lovely place that I love to come to. And not only do my work but have fun writing music. But yeah, the studio, Ian owns the studio, so and so it's not too far, it's about 40 minutes from me, so we go up and spend time in there. Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool. All right, boys, we have reached the end of the podcast right here. We talked a little over an hour and 30 some minutes. Wow. Maybe a little bit less, because we unfortunately did have some technical difficulties with Steve earlier. So it's all good though. But I guess before we close out, would you like to give any shouts to anybody?
Yeah, just shout out to my wife, Yvette, if she's watching, to my son, Reese, and to my sisters, Lily, and anyone else out there that knows me.
Yeah, how long is the list? It's massively. I know my mum's going to watch this afterwards, so shout out to mum. So thanks, mum. And Michelle, my partner, really supportive of what we do and everything else. It's fantastic. My children, fantastic as well. Obviously, love them to bits. And then Mel and John as well. They unfortunately couldn't join us today, but shout out to them. So and really all our fans that continue to support us after all these years, which is fantastic. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, brilliant. And thanks, Brian. That's great of you to do this for us as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you so much.
No worries. But we got to start club next of the League of Extraordinary Glassed Men. That's our deal with the glasses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same, actually. Yeah. I won't wear them, but it's all blurry if I don't. So
That'll do. So yeah, I can see why. All right.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask earlier, but for the audience's sake, can you mention what social media and streaming platforms you guys are on, so they can check you out and interact?
Yeah. So Facebook. We're just setting up TikTok again. We did have TikTok, but I personally didn't like what was on it. So we're changing that. Social media lady said got to have TikTok. So Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, and I think that's it at the moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the website's out there as well.
Yeah, we got a website.
And the website, yeah. That's the scorchersband.com.
All right, sounds good. So to close out like this, everyone, my guests today were Ian and Steve, hailing from the lovely country of the UK right there, coast London, in a town called Kent. So they're part of the band called the Scorchers. It would have been nice to have Mel here, but whatever the circumstances were, we'll let slide there too. But to tell the rest of the band, we said hello there. So these guys are part of the band, the Scorchers, so go to him on all socials, all stream platforms. I did find you guys on Facebook, so that's how I was able to find you guys out. So as well as a so-called third party helping us out there too. So all right, but Ian and Steve, thank you again so much again for coming on here. So you do all stay safe. Rock on. And the last thing, I just need a quick pose from you all. Stay tuned.
Take it easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, mate. Yeah, take care.
Bless up.
See ya.